Hi guys, here's our week 10 review. For timeline, we had Battleship, so we sang it all the way through and then we took turns taking off the cards. If it doesn't have a bomb on the back, then we just lay it down and then we sing it through one more time, we sing it through again. I don't say this one, so they have to have it memorized and they don't get to see it because it's down. And then I think this one has a bomb on it. So this one had a bomb on it, so we got to hang it up here. And so once they sunk my Battleship, I think there was 3 bombs in there. So once they turned over all 3, then we got to stop. But just sing it through each time. And then if ever in class, like we get done early, like if they like found all 3 very quickly, then I would challenge them and try to say it backwards. And most of the cards are off at that point, so they're trying to just say it backwards from memory. I know they do that for like the National Memory Masters, and so we don't do it often, but just sometimes. Can you guys see my math? No. All right, so math, we finally got to skip count, which is always a treat whenever you're having to say the multiplication tables all the way through. So we got a little bit crazy with this one. If they had a blue square, it was a squat. It had a red arrow, jump, underline, pat, and a circle, clap. And so I had this key here. We started off by singing it one time through. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, 169, 196, 225. And I handed each marker, 4 markers out to 4 students, and they each got to, they're supposed to just do 1 circle or 1 square or 1 arrow, but we got a little bit crazy and we did multiples and multiples of each number. So we were squat jumping and clap jumping, pat squat jumping, but it was fun and we got to sing it all the way through several times. We had several run-throughs of people getting to add a pat, squat, jump, or clap. For Latin, we do the same little hand clap game, so we all got in a circle, right hand on top. And you go in a circle and you just repeat the roll. Latin has no translation for articles a and the. Whoever gets slapped on the has to step out. And so we just kept going until there was just 2 people left. It's really hard to do it with just 2 people. We kind of just said it one more time and then moved on. So that was Latin. For English, we have to lie, and last week we had to lay, and because I have the master's class and we have, they're all in essentials, we talked about how to lay is transitive. That means that verb is transferring its meaning to an object. So last week we're holding backpacks, and after I heard them say it, we got to lay the backpack down. Lay down the backpack. So the direct object is backpack. For to lie, it's intransitive, so it doesn't have a direct object. It doesn't transfer its meaning to another object. So when you say, I'm going to go lie down, that is the correct way of saying to lie oneself down. And so what we did is we said it, and as they said it, they got to lie down. And we still do the hand signs with it: infinitive, present, past participle, past participle. To lie, lie, lies, lay, lying, laying. And if I heard a couple of people saying it, and you may lie down. So they just got to lie down. Once everybody was lying down, we all stood up, said it one more time, and then moved on. For science, Jude was teaching science. He chose to do a matchup. I had this printout here, and so he would ask, what are some parts of the respiratory system? And we would answer. Some parts of the respiratory system are nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli, lungs. And I didn't teach the hand signs, but these are hand signs that I've just always done, and it helps me remember where everything is. So nose, pharynx, larynx is the vocal cords, trachea, bronchi is those 2 major branches, and then the bronchioles, bronchioles is the limbs off that branch. alveoli, little sacs, air sacs, and then lungs all together. And so after we all repeated it once, somebody would come and match nose to the nose, the pharynx to the pharynx, and so on. Jude did a great job. For history, tell me about manifest destiny. I had all of these words down here, and we listened to it on the app. So sang it a couple times, and then I'm like, okay guys, help me out. Is this correct? And I came up with some like funny words instead of the blanks. And so since Polk was down here, I said, President Polka Dot believed, and they're like, no, not polka dot, and someone would come up and they would put Polk in the right area. I really think this is silly for my master's class, but they actually get into it. They actually enjoy like matching up the word and putting the word in the blank. Even the boys, which, you know, it just, I don't know, it's working, so I'm gonna stick with it. My other silly words, so we start at the beginning again. Okay, President Polk believed that the macaroni war, and they're like, no, not macaroni, and someone would come up and put Mexican there. My other silly words that I have was for Gadsden, I had giddy up. For affirmed, I had tickled. For destiny, I had dandelions, and for continent, I had unicorn. So just some silly words, and they matched up. For geography, states and capitals, I had 5 different colored M&Ms. Everybody had the same colors, and so we sang through the song once, pointing through it. I'm like, okay, Emmy, choose a color for Montana. And she would choose a color, and everybody would put that same color. So everybody has the same colors on the same states. That way, once we have all the states labeled with M&Ms, I can say, okay, what is the orange state? And they would all say, Olympia, Washington. What color is Boise, Idaho? Blue. That just makes show me, tell me, like show me which state is this, and tell me what is the state this one is. It just makes it so much easier whenever everybody has the same color code. And then then at the end, I could say, okay, you may eat, what is the green state? Green state is Juneau, Alaska. Okay, you may eat the green state. What is the blue state? And so once they've gone through and told me one more time, they could eat it. And then we'd sing through the song one more time as they passed maps up. So they're getting the song, they're getting show me, tell me, and they're getting candy all at the same time. For science, we just colored the organs from the My Body book. I read them the facts that were in our science bin. I also like to look up some jokes. So after they have learned about all the facts and they heard about, talk about the villi and the small intestines, then I would pull up some jokes, and I bring jokes to class and read them. And so then they actually get to understand the jokes. Like, I'll tell you a joke about my small intestines, but villi, or something like that. It was a joke. But if you didn't know what the villi were, if you hadn't been introduced to that by reading the facts, then you would be like, what? Anyways, Miss Rachel taught tin whistle. She was amazing. For review, we did some Mad Libs. Kids love Mad Libs, and it just gets them thinking nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, stuff like that. Since they're all in essentials, it should be easier for them to understand those words and to just practice on what those are. And they really, really enjoy it. We come up with some really funny ones. I'll post them to our page. All right, that's it for week 10. Estelle has geography next week. We're moving out of states and capitals. And I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you on week 11.